that, shall we? Just food for thought. Okay, let's just settle, first of all, into now 3 minutes late. Sorry, Mary. Let's just settle into our meditation posture. Feet flat on the floor if they're down. If you're sitting cross-legged on your cushion or on a couch or a chair, just make sure your sit bones are raised. You want to be comfortable. If that's not comfortable for your knees, you can pop a little cushion underneath either knee. The sacrum needs to be upright. Excuse me, shoulders over the hips and the ears over the shoulders. And the hands are in the meditation mudra. Imagine you have a string of pearls of light stretching from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. And the string is made of light as well. You can imagine this light is radiating in your body. And then someone's lengthening your spine. Head is slightly tipped forward. The eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue, roof of the hat, or roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw. And let's just briefly bring our mind, our attention to the crown of the head and relax the scalp and the forehead, and the eyes, the cheeks, and the nose. And the mouth. And let's take our attention to the back of the head and relax the scalp there. And then your ears and your inner ear, your jaw. Tip of the tongue. Oh, I did that already on the roof of the mouth anyway. Relax the back of the neck, the shoulders and the back, the throat, the chest and belly, arms, hands, fingers, legs and feet and toes. And bring the mind to the breath. Notice the sensation of the cool air as you're breathing in, slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. Take a deep breath. Just let all the busyness and stress of today, just let it go. If there's any sounds in your external environment, you can just allow them to be there. And just you have probably many thoughts arising, abiding and falling. Try not to make a story or engage with them. Just allow them to come and go. And as we're doing that, we just think of all the people in our life wishing to be happy, wishing to avoid suffering, and having this incredible capacity for enlightenment. The ones we love, the ones we don't love, and the ones who are strangers to us. We think we're doing this Vajrasattva practice tonight to benefit them, and by extension, all migrating beings, and then for ourselves as we move along the path obstacle-free. So just imagine, remember, there's no negativity that cannot be purified. That should give us some confidence. One thing that we often don't think about, which is kind of interesting, is that we didn't die today. So we still have another opportunity to work on our mind, to purify our negative karma. So we can rejoice for that. So we sincerely regret from the depths of our heart anything that you have done to harm any living being today. So just go back through your day from the time you got up this morning, having breakfast, going to work, whether it's from the breakfast table to your computer or whether it's a commute. Then lunch, then some afternoon activities. Perhaps you stop for an afternoon tea, and then your dinner. What conversations did you have? Who did you talk to? Did you harm anyone today? Or did you do anything today out of anger or out of attachment? Attachment's tricky. It's kind of sneaky. It's not so obvious. But if you can pick it, you're doing well. So just regret from the depths of our heart anything we've done to harm others. And we're doing this, remember, because the logic of this is that if we cause some suffering to someone else, we are going to experience suffering ourselves. And because we know what our present suffering is like, we don't want any more of it. So therefore, logically, we're going to remove these karmic seeds before they ripen as suffering in the future for us. So we regret having harmed others with our body, with our speech, having broken our vows, if we have them, because we don't want this future suffering. And regret the delusions, the anger, the attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think, I'm sick of this suffering. Okay, so who can I turn to? Who will help me? So here we come to the second opponent power, which is the power of reliance. And first of all, we develop a sense of refuge. We rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has methods that we can use to purify. So we're not asking him to forgive us. We're wanting to use his methods to heal ourselves. So imagine Guru Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And you can imagine he is your guru or your teacher, your trusted mentor, someone who's touched your mind in the Dharma. And he's manifesting in this way, in this aspect, this Guru Vajrasattva aspect, for your benefit. He's made of radiant, blissful white light, and he's seated cross-legged on a lotus. This is a beautiful, radiant face and lotus-like eyes, and they're peaceful and full of love and compassion for you, without any sense of judgment. He has this sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. Arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And they're crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of wisdom and infinite compassion. The Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So there's this other little section called compassion. We're developing compassion. So we need to rely on other beings in order to develop compassion. So in this case, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So bring to mind maybe a person or a sentient being you have harmed and develop compassion for them. And then maybe also bring to mind a person who's harmed you. Develop compassion for them, because the harm that they've caused you is going to necessarily ripen as suffering for them in the future. So you think, I must purify for their sake. So the next is the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine, the doing of the practice. And the first, we purify the body. And imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending powerful white nectar. Maybe you can imagine the force of Niagara Falls. Maybe that's too forceful. But anyway, forceful. You can also do this visualization while you're in the shower. It's actually quite nice. You can imagine instead of the shower going on the crown of your head, it's nectar beams from Guru Vajrasattva. You get a kind of a physical sensation. So very forcefully from his heart. And this nectar arcs around and into your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you, filling you up. And eventually it pours, leaves your body through the lower orifices in the form of this kind of yucky, black, kind of inky liquid. You can imagine all the negativity of your body leaving you in this way as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Stokaya Meboa Spokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva A Om Pe Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dita Meboa Stokaya Meboa Spokaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahun pe om vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa sidi mebe yata sawa kama me. Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabala mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supakaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supakaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sawa sidi mebiyata sawa kama sitame sidam shriyam guruhum ha ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahazamaya sattva ahum pe Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mebiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified, and think that there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So just imagine every time anyone sees you, smells you, feels you, it's a benefit to them. Nothing else. That's simple. So the next is the purification of the speech. And again, Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra. It arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativities of your speech. And this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech, the useless speech, lying, talking badly about others behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. All of this purified by the powerful nectar filling you. Om Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mebeyata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Zadva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible that you could do anything but be a benefit to others now with your speech. Amazing. So next is the purification of the mind. And now imagine Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of laser light this time from his heart chakra. And again, it arcs around, enters you through the crown of your head and fills your entire being. So in the same way, you walk into a room, into a dark room, and you switch on a light, all the darkness is instantly dispelled when the light is switched on. So in the same way, the moment this light from Guru Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart, the darkness of the negativity of your mind is instantly dispelled. So all the attachment. So these are all the delusions here. The attachment, neediness, anger, depression, resentment, jealousy, bitterness, completely dispelled instantly upon contact with this light. Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dina Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dira Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supakaya Mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawa sidi mebi yata sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya satva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida mebawa, sutokaya mebawa, sipakaya mebawa, anarakta mebawa, sawasidi mebe yata sawa kama sitame, sidam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramame muza vajrabawa maha samaya sata ahum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina padita. Dida mebawa, sutokaya mebawa, sipokaya mebawa, anarakta mebawa, sawasidi mebe yata sawa kama sitame, sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya saka ahum pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, gone. I think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness, forgiveness, and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So lastly is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So this time you can imagine Guru Vajrasattva sending light and nectar, or you can just imagine the previous 3 visualizations of the body, speech, and mind, either simultaneously or consecutively. So whatever you think you can manage. But this light and nectar comes and fills you completely. And it's eradicating even the subtlest imprint, negative energy from your mind. As you recite the mantra, Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mebe Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya sattva ahum pe vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supakaya mebawa anarakta mebawa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supokaya mebawa. Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mebi yata sawa kama sutame. Sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supakaya mebawa anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa maha samaya sattva ahum pe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita Dida mebawa sutokaya mebawa supakaya mebawa Anarakta mebawa sawasidi mimpi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam guruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame muza vajrabawa maha samaya sattva ahum pe. Now really feel that you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in the mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omissions have been removed. So just rejoice. Amazing. So the next is the power of resolve. And this is the 4th step in the purification process. It's a really crucial step, this decision we make to not harm again, or to refrain from harming, or to even just have a wish to no longer harm. It goes a long way towards it actually happening. So develop an aspiration to not harm. And think of something that you'd like to work on. Maybe it's attachment. A really sneaky one, the attachment. We can see how we kind of make all kinds of excuses to ourselves about why we might need a new iPhone, how it's going to be of benefit to us. But really, what's behind all that? Perhaps it's just attachment to a nice new shiny phone. So just think, I will not think about an object of attachment for maybe 30 seconds or 5 seconds, if it's possible, or an object of my anger. I'll stop gossiping about others. Whatever it is that you know is harmful to both yourself and others, think about refraining from it and make a wish. I really would like to stop doing that. And eventually, one day, those habits, you'll notice they're not so prominent in your life. They're kind of starting to dissolve. You're eating into them with your virtue. Okay. So next, Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us. Wanting to merge with your mind, he melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown and think. My Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. Lama used to call this union oneness. So next, as Lama Zopa Rinpoche recommends, meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So just at whatever level we understand emptiness, we just place our mind there for a moment. And just think of all phenomena as empty. They do not exist from their own side. So let's just dedicate all the merit, the positive energy you have created this evening, or this morning in some case, by doing this purification to all living beings, thinking, may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So the next is long life prayers. His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world. To the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And then for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, you uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjana's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the 3 jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples. Please, please live long. Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. And then Geshe Sherab, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you all coming. I love doing this practice with you. Thank you very, very much. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you so much.